So after recording my first 2 reaction videos, my For You page on TikTok has been absolutely flooded with men's advice and self-improvement content, and I am super thankful because I now have content for months. This has been this one girl with the strongest jaw I have ever seen keeps appearing on my page. So I decided, instead of me just scrolling mindlessly for hours and seeing if the content is actually valid or not, let's do it together with my insightful commentary. This is the page. A lot of content, as you can see. She has such I don't know why, but the first thing I noticed was how defined and strong her jaw is. I would sacrifice 1,000 goats to have a jaw like this. But we have to pick a very good video to start off with. I've seen a few of hers, and when it comes to like dating advice, it's actually pretty good advice. But we have to start with the strong note, the alpha versus beta male with 1 million views. She's always drinking something, and I can confirm if I was making this kind of content on a daily basis, I too would be drinking, which I am.
Okay, boys, so today we're going to be discussing
Here we go.
alpha
Here we go.
versus beta male.
Here we go.
It's no secret that women are drawn to alpha males. It's kind of just in our blood, you know? Also, these all came from you guys on my Instagram, so you can't even hate on it. Hey,
Okay.
babe, I have reservations for dinner at 7. Alpha male. Well, where do you want to go?
Okay. I feel like alpha male and beta male has been being thrown around as more like buzzwords than actual like labels. Does really planning a date consider you to be an alpha male, or is that you doing one marginal step above bare minimum? We'll see.
Beta, the quietest person in the room. Alpha, the loudest. Beta.
Yep. I kind of agree. If you're really confident in yourself and who you are, you don't have to go around announcing things about yourself. But I feel with a lot of bigger, specifically men's influencers, they love to announce that they wake up at 4 a.m., how much their business is making, blah, 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 blah. That's really fucking annoying. That's like, nobody asked and nobody cares. If you're there to have a casual time and relax, the last thing you want to be thinking about is work, or have somebody reminding you of how much harder they work than you.
Let me put this one into simple terms. A shark doesn't announce its presence, but everyone's aware of it. Dominates the space around him.
I feel that's a little cliche. Like, how are you gonna dominate presence around you? You're gonna T-pose on everybody. I feel like some of the examples are a little too, how can I put this without sounding like an idiot? A little too cliche and unrealistic.
Is dominated by the space. Beta. Opens door, pulls out chair, and pays on a date. Alpha.
2 for 3 there. 2 for 3. 2 for 3. The whole paying for should you pay on the first date thing, it is very, very subjective, and a good answer will vary from person to person and situation to situation. I'm of the mind, if you asked them out, you should be the one to pay. But I always like the idea to offer. I would offer first to pay and then ask to split it. I know that's what I basically did with my girlfriend in the first few months that we were dating. But pull another chair, opening for the door is alpha. I would just think that is bare minimum, not even chivalry. I would just call that etiquette, which is a big thing that nobody talks about anymore.
Complains about paying and pulls the equality card. Beta. DMing.
Oh, really is DMing really alpha when everybody pretty much meets online now? I feel like talking to a person you find attractive in person gives you a way more of an advantage, because more people are choosing to DM rather than deal with all the social cues when it comes to actually striking up a cold approach or even a warm approach.
But commenting. Beta.
You know, with social media engagement, I really don't have much of an opinion on. I think it's super contextual. I think if you're commenting or DMing somebody that you know, or that's a friend of a friend, that's pretty cool. But if you're a guy who likes to take pictures of yourself like down here, and you're commenting on a girl who has like 1.2 million followers, again, it needs to be contextual.
Alpha. Needs external validation. Beta.
Yep. There's nothing more beta of being reinforced on how much money you make, how confident you are, how handsome you are, even if you are attractive and alpha male from the male gaze. it can come off as very, very, I wouldn't even say beta, I would say insecure and narcissistic if you're consistently looking for external validation.
Here's my favorite. A good man, alpha. A nice guy, beta.
Again, semantics. Those are semantics. I don't really agree too much on it, but overall, not bad. I'm not getting a headache from it, so let's press on. I'm actually surprised that this is a lot better. I do want to get into some of her fashion or style content because that's where I can. Let's go rating men's accessories part 1. 1.4 million views.
Anyway, today we're rating men's accessories. Pay close attention because some of these are super cringeworthy. Let's start out on a positive note. First up, we have bracelets. I think they're super sexy. I'm giving them a 9 out of 10. I do really tend to like the black leather bracelets or the beaded ones. Let's just try to keep it to neutral tones, and also let's not exceed 3. Next up,
not bad. I would say some beaded bracelets and leather bracelets are a little dated. It looks like a very like mid 2010s guy, but again, this is her opinion, and it's not bad. But you know, if you wear like a prayer rope or a brojanica, if you're Orthodox, you pretty much just wear it like from a religious perspective. But I like my gold. I like my diamonds. I like to keep it flashy because I like jewelry. You grow up broke, the first thing you buy is jewelry.
Up we have sunglasses. There are 2 very different types of sunglasses. Exhibit A, we have the I just went to the bar to get in a fight sunglasses. They're
I would call those the conservative Facebook starter pack shades. I like those.
10. Instead, let's stick to the Tom Brady look, okay? These are super attractive. 10 out of 10. The key
Cartiers.
is-
Get yourself a pair of Cartier glasses. Those always look good on everybody. But some of the comments are actually not bad. It's just like one guy is just, almost 4,500 likes. We don't dress for y'all. I'm going to have to agree. If you're doing self-improvement stuff out of just the pure desire to attract women, it's not a good look, because if the things that you are doing aren't successful, even though they can be beneficial if you're doing them for the right reasons, you're going to give up. But if you're doing it just to make yourself better and make yourself feel confident and actually improve one aspect of your life and then improve another, that is ultimately going to help you. That journey is going to help you when it comes to your romantic life. But if you're going it from this perspective for romantic life, and if you're dressing for women and they don't like it, you're going to stop doing it. Just like if you work out to think get abs, get you chicks, and then it doesn't, you're like, what the fuck am I working out for? You're kind of ignoring all the other benefits, like discipline, regimen, and your overall health and longevity. This one was all right. Very like generic fashion takes. I doubt she's going to be talking about whether Carhartt Work in Progress and Carhartt are actually separate brands. That's a little niche. You know why her page is going to be probably really popular? Because she's attractive. She's conventionally attractive, maybe minus the jaw that can crush walnuts, but she is definitely attractive. And if you have an attractive girl telling you what girls like or what you should be doing, a lot of guys are just going to flock to it for validation, which is something you cannot avoid on the internet. Shoes. I love my sneakers, so let's see.
Kind of become my thing here on TikTok.
And 800,000 views.
It's time to rate your shoes. I'm totally not fangirling or anything, but there's no fucking way he just commented on my video. Listen, I don't care if
I don't know who that is.
Cooper himself walks through those doors right now. If he's wearing some fugly ass shoes, I don't want it. Okay, we're gonna start out simple. First up, we got the classic Oxford over here. I'm gonna break it down into 2 categories: black leather and brown leather. Black leather, I'm gonna give an 8 out of 10. Nothing special, but it's definitely a classic and definitely a staple. But the brown leather, nothing makes me melt more than that.
Okay, good. We have the Finance Bro starter pack. I don't like these. These are uniform shoes. These are good. Black tie, formal, business formal. They ain't it. They ain't it for a daily basis, and they're not comfortable. Let's see the next.
Down. Holy fucking shit. 20. Flip-flops. Unless you're on the beach, I don't want to see your hairy toes. 4 out of 10.
I agree, but you know, trim your toes. If you have a manscaping set, use it for your toes.
Right, the Chelsea boot, another classic, but with a little bit of an edge. 9 out of 10. I really like them, but if they're brown, 10 out of 10. Low.
Nah, black leather, Saint Laurent Chelsea boots, or Saint Laurent Jodhpur boots. You are the fucking goat. I'm projecting because I really like them.
4 out of 10. I'm really sorry, but they're just like grandpa-y. If they're velvet loafers, I'm sorry, don't even try it. You're not Hugh Hefner. And I know you're probably like, Billy Ray, but they're Louboutins. I know they're Louboutins.
Yeah, that kind of looks like stuff like a club promoter would be wearing, but again, a lot of these picks I'm not a fan of.
Again, I'm so sorry, but
Boat shoes are ass.
About are button-down Vineyard Vine shirts and boys partying in frat houses with pea brains.
Yep.
Just do me a favor,
Frat
go
bro
back to
starter
Dennis
pack. I agree.
We don't want you here. Lastly, Crocs. Okay, I know it's controversial, be trendy. Wearing those.
No, don't like them. But like, where are the J's? Where are the Forces? Where are the Yeezys? These are, you know, not to drag race into this, but these are very white. Like stereotypically white. A little bit of projecting, but you know, who cares? Rating men's hairstyle. Red flags in a man career edition.
What's up, TikTok?
We gotta see.
Today we're here to talk about.
I didn't even got into the video. When the most liked comment is your red flag. This better be spicy.
Red flags in a man career edition. Definitely about to get a lot of hate for this one.
We will see. Ugh.
Number 1, and you probably
Don't
already
burp on
guessed
the video.
it, but military. You know, I love my country and all, but this is a major red flag. Specifically Air Force, as they do tend to have the highest divorce rate. Listen, ladies, I know it's really cute that he wants to marry you after only knowing you for a week, but I promise it's not because he actually likes you. Just trust me on this one. 2.
I feel like you just went with a stereotype and just. I'm not a fan of a gross overgeneralization. You know, you got to thank people who are in the military for their service. It's not easy, but I think you just took a stereotype and just ran with it, which is, it's not insightful whatsoever.
2, bartenders. You know, they have the second highest divorce rate, and
Source. Where's the source? I need the source. This is twice in a row.
Bit sketchy. Number 3, law enforcement. Don't get me wrong. You look majorly sexy in that uniform, and I totally back the blue. But you guys are just major cheaters, and there's just too many badge bunnies out there. The musicians.
Source. Again.
Those struggling artists out there. I know you have a 1 in a million chance of making it, which is some really great odds, you know?
Okay.
But I don't want to spend the rest of my life sitting in a dive bar. Personal trainers.
Fair enough. Fair enough. They want. It's actually very common that a lot of things that women do look for, and I'm talking on average now, one of the big points of a successful long-term relationship is security. Whether you physically can make her feel safe around you, that's obviously, but financial long-term security. And I'm not saying being rich. I'm saying, you know, you're not toting the poverty line.
Know-it-alls, you make me feel uncomfortable, and extremely obese. Massage therapist. First.
I'm a massage therapist. I'm gonna fucking. Ooh. I'm gonna watch.
First of all, you have a 40% divorce rate, and the fact that this page even exists is enough said. What's up?
First of all, you're going to a masseuse, which I don't know how it is in the States. I know here in Canada, I am a licensed healthcare professional with a regulatory and governing body. But again, no sources, and you literally brought up something. Yes, that massage therapy is a heavily female-dominated profession, but then again, you didn't bring up any sources. I work in orthopedics. That is my shit. That is my bread and butter. This was garbage. You have unredeemed yourself. This is... Oh, and I can see that she did try to make TikToks before, but it wasn't popping off until she started talking about men. Ironically enough, you stumble on one thing for the clout and you just continue on. But that last one gave me a headache. First of all, if you're going to a massage therapist, go to somebody who has a license that is backed by a regulatory governing body. That one, yeah, I'm kind of Kind of salty about that. Let's see what your shirt says about you. Let me roast
Boys,
her
since
fashion
I've
opinion.
basically done every single clothing item possible. Today, we're going to be talking about what your shirt says about you. Of course, we have to start the video off on the right note. The band tee. You probably don't really know that much about fashion, and you also probably wear this shirt like 3 times a week.
Band tees, you don't know that much about fashion. There's a whole category on Grail that is just band tees. There's so many different art styles. Sometimes you find actual vintage stuff. Band tees are great because you can find stuff that is actually that you enjoy and that can actually fit with your style. It's casual, it's fun, it's great for warm weather. And this is a shit take again.
The tailored button down. You're a fucking sex pot of a man. Something about this just screams testosterone and fertility.
No, it's just a formal shirt. Is she watching Alpha M? Is this Alpha M, but as a woman? This is Alpha M's fashion, I swear.
Shirt with the name of your college on it. You're probably a freshman. The grunt style.
Okay. So what if you're a freshman? So what? You saying you can't get a nice little crew neck, pair with some nice pants, a nice jacket over? Horrible take so far.
I got you. Frat shirts. Crew neck tees. While some people might call you basic, it's a staple that every man needs.
I agree.
They're confident, timeless, and when it hugs the arms, pull.
Okay, crew necks are fine. You know, you can't really... If you fuck up giving a take on a crew neck sweater, your opinion is immediately invalidated.
They're sexy. They just make you look put together and ready to tackle the day. You appear to be intelligent and just, like, clean. The knockoff designer shirt.
I feel like she has a type that is probably, like, your typical, like, handsome, young finance bro. Which is fine, but don't try to paint that as the average. Let's see how she feels about knockoff designer.
So cheesy. You'd look 100 times more attractive in a plain black tee. Wanna be. Flannel shirt.
I agree, but you're also radiating pick-me-girl energy.
Let's be honest, your mom or girlfriend bought this for you last Christmas. But again, it's a classic. If you roll up the sleeves like that, you'll be a dad in about 9 months. All right.
Flannels are great, but flannels look best opened and oversized. Flannels are great. But these are, again, some more absolute dog water takes. Red flags in a man's house. I pride myself on being nice and organized and a little bit designed. I saw my chair. I am going... I'm buffering right now. Great. No context. Those fucking chairs are comfortable. I don't give a fuck. Okay, a hole in the wall. Patch the fucking hole. Rats. Dirty mirror. What if it's your childhood pet? Empty fridge, no toilet paper. Leave the lights alone. Hey, at least the man has been getting some action. She's definitely a red flag. How's having a cat a red flag? A cat is a green flag all day. Again, the comments are more insightful than the actual content. Oh my god. Oh man. We started off on a strong foot and it gets worse. But thankfully, it gives me a great idea on what to title this video. Like, Pick Me Girl Gives Progressively Worse Advice. Oh! The sequel to Alpha versus Beta Males Part 2.
Really well.
Electric Boogaloo. Let's start from the beginning. I don't want to miss the lore.
So looks like the alpha versus beta video went over really well. So I figured I would damage your egos even more and do another one. As I said before, when women sense an alpha male, we're drawn to them. We just need it. Alright, so cold showers, alpha. Warm showers, beta.
Is she being a parody at this point? I think this is just actually a parody. Some people just like colder showers normally, but I don't think like your temperature. You know what? We're just gonna continue.
Small package, usually an alpha. Large package, beta. Oh god.
Again, it's how you use it. It's really if you know your girl's spots, it don't matter how big it is. You know how to use what you got. You got this. You got this. You got that. And you know what you're gonna do.
Separate shampoo and conditioner. Alpha.
That's bare minimum.
A 5-in-1, beta. Career oriented. Alpha.
I agree.
Job oriented, beta.
But you can't be career oriented and you're bringing in zero money each month, but you're like, no worry, it's gonna pop off. Like,
FaceTime, alpha. Snapchat, beta. Leaders,
whatever.
alpha. Followers, beta. Classy cars,
It's contextual.
alpha. Souped up ghetto ass cars, beta. Alpha.
Some people like driving a used car because cars are money pits. You can't make some. Look, if you're getting a new car, you're spending a lot more money right away, and you're gonna have more bills each month.
Following me, alpha. All right, my guys.
You are a red flag. You know, we started off. Let's end the video on a hot note on why men should pay for the first date.
Highly contested video, but
And it's a minute and a
somewhat
half.
relevant.
I'm like,
Today, we're
fuck.
going to be discussing why men should pay for the first date. And yeah, I'm ready for the gold digger comments.
I'm ready here
Alright,
too.
just because it's 2022, it doesn't mean that chivalry is dead.
I agree.
In my opinion, men and women should not be looked at as equal because they're simply not the same. On a human being level, yes. All humans possess the same value and deserve the same respect and opportunity.
Okay.
But two people in a relationship simply don't bring the same things to the table. And that is why men and women
Maybe those kinds of people should not be together. Of course, it depends on the gap. If you come from money and she comes from the streets, it's going to be too much of a gap. But if it's like, you know, you just graduated and she's already like her second year into her career, that's fine. But let's continue.
women make a good partnership. We want what that other person brings to the table.
Fair enough.
It benefits us.
Okay.
We may not need it to survive, but if you're putting yourself out there in the dating world, we want it. And this may not be for everyone, but if you want a traditionalist relationship, women want a man who exhibits masculine traits, and men want a woman who exhibits feminine traits.
I agree, but it's also how you define those traits. Some people may say that that showing any sort of emotion, whether it's anxiety or you had a really hard day or stuff that would be defined as a negative emotion, like you're feeling sad or you're down, that's not a masculine trait, which I find is fucking stupid because it's just emotions. If you think you're just gonna brush off, like if you're in a very toxic relationship or in a very toxic career at the end of every day consistently without that having some long-term effect on your well-being is moronic.
From a woman's standpoint, I imagine masculine traits as opening the door, looking out for me,
So
taking
basics.
initiative, and although I am fully capable of doing those things by myself, it makes me feel special when someone does those things for me.
Agreed.
Paying shouldn't be done with the intention of expecting something in return. It's a sign
Right.
of appreciating someone's time and clearly identifies that this is a date. It doesn't mean you're expected to pay for everything thereafter. And
Fair enough.
also doesn't mean you should be paying for something beyond your budget. It simply sets the foundation of respect.
Not bad, but then again, how many women out there, I know in personal experience, like to go on a date with a guy because they can get some free stuff, they can get something to put on their story, and it really depends on the quality of the date, which is hard when you sort of created this straw man argument, like you're a guy who's a little confused, but she's completely perfect, the one that you're going out with, and it's hard because unfortunately, guys, some of the fucking things you got to learn on your own. But I think that's where we're going to end it. We started off on a very strong note, but just progressively got worse. And I think we're going to end it there. We started off pretty strong, but it progressively got worse and worse. But I don't have a headache after this one, so that is some progress. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and be sure to check out some of my other videos on screen right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.